Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. You may have noticed that the number of things to grab your attention have increased dramatically. It's as if time has sped up. Something happens, and before you have a chance to get your arms around it, say around the world, something else happens. And then something else happens. And the distractions are actually too much to keep up with. You can't really understand or put into perspective the news that you hear around the world, whether it's political or climatic or in some other way environmental, social. It's all happening so fast that there's a tendency to be just overwhelmed. This is quite understandable. Whatever discernment you may put on the particular incident that's making news today will always come from a very limited perspective. You can't possibly understand the connections, all of the permutations, and the history that led to this particular incident popping up and being talked about. And this isn't your job. If you've ever been lucky enough in your relationships to have a special person in your life who you could rely on, maybe they weren't perfect in other areas, but you knew that if they said they were going to do something, you knew they would do it. If they said they could handle something, they would handle it. So it's a combination of their commitment to you, their competence, their confidence, and quiet assurance that whatever you ask them to help you with, they would handle it. Once you have a relationship like that with a person, there's a great relief in not having to go into the details yourself. You just know it's going to get handled. And it's a relief not to know how or when. It's just going to get done because this person has your back. Well, people are people and they have flaws, and you can't just make your life about finding the right person and then being able to rely on them. You ultimately have to rely on yourself. But the more you rely on yourself, your true self, the more you'll realize that these people will come into your life as a reflection of your confidence, your competence, your integrity. They are not outside of you. They are in your constellation for a reason. They're an indication of how loved you are and how loving you are. I'm not suggesting that you find the right person and then just rely on them to handle everything. But I do want to talk to you about who I am for you. When you get still, you will realize that I've got this. You don't need to concern yourself with each little kernel of corn that pops all around the earth. I've got this. There is something going on with details that you cannot fathom that's bringing about exactly what you want, perhaps in a way that you don't understand yet, but it is what you want. And I've got this. In relying on me, you are relying on yourself. I've got this because you've got this, because this is what you want. Because you love and you are loved. Because you have faith. Have no fear. I've got this. And you've got this too. One last thing I wanted to tell you is that take advantage of this fact that a drop of ocean water contains the entire ocean. You need not be everywhere at once. You can take any relationship with anything, whether it's a tree or a leaf or a person or a pet or a piano, and just try to see in that the entire universe. The entire universe is there right in front of you. That is God in front of you in every animate and inanimate object. In the same way that they say a person who fights injustice anywhere fights injustice everywhere, a person who sees God in the smallest thing, in a little insect, in anything that you look at, if you can experience God in that thing, you're experiencing God everywhere. Allow yourself to look for and find the divinity in whatever it is that you observe. You've got this. I've got this. We've got this. I love you.